What do you get when Gen Z, small town paranoia, and a creepy clown cult collide? A slasher that's way more fun than it has any right to be. Let's break down why Clown in the Cornfield is a bloody good time and where it stumbles. If you love cult horror hit, 80s style slashers, and twisted teen thrillers, hit that like button and subscribe for more cult hits and atomic flicks. A small town plagued by a clown mass killer, Gen Z teens trapped in a classic horror setup and a mystery that slowly unravels with a bloody body count. It's directed by Eli Craig, known for Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. It stars Katie Douglas, Kevin Durand, Cassandra Potenza, Aaron Abrams, and Will Sasso. Based on the YA horror novel by Adam Caesar. It's a short runtime, it's 93 minutes. It was filmed in a rural Ontario, standing for small town America, apparently. And yeah, a lot of practical effects were emphasized for the kills, and CGI just kept to a minimum. What I liked about it, it's a great throwback slasher with sort of a Gen Z twist in a way. And all the characters are actually surprisingly likable, which is pretty rare in a slasher movie. You don't really want to see these likable people die. And it's legitimately funny. I mean, there's a lot of funny scenes in it, especially the rotary phone scene, which you have these two girls running into a house trying to call the police, and they have a rotary phone not knowing how it works. And of course, they go a little meta. They've seen slasher movies, and they're actually a group of friends that make slasher short videos for TikTok. And for being based on a YA novel, it doesn't hold back on the gore, which I totally appreciate. Hard R rating gore for a YA movie. So I gotta give them props for that. And it's just, I don't know if it's just me, but I like these horror movies that take place in this dead small town. I love the aesthetic of it. It's creepy. I'm from a small town. So of course, the first thing that comes to mind is Children of the Corn, which, yeah, it's that sort of dread, but there's more people and not all the parents are murdered or anything. Also, My Bloody Valentine, small town, one company is everyone's job there. And this adds to that collection of horror movies, the rural horror, which I always appreciate. It's always creepy driving through those towns today. And the cast, I just mentioned Kevin Durand and Will Sasso, and they add like a unexpected flavor to it. I didn't really watch any trailers before watching this, so I was totally down with Will Sasso playing the sheriff in this. The third act, it loses some steam, and it feels like I repeat this a lot. It's got third act problems, which you build up a mystery, and I was intrigued by the mystery, and it's a letdown. I think it's just becoming increasingly difficult to really pay off the build that a lot of these shows and movies have, but it wasn't terrible. It's just, oh, that's it. And with that, the mystery that's building this entire time with all the red herrings and stuff, which I was really digging. I was like, he's the clown. It is also a little underwhelming and doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's not a type of movie that you're trying to make sense of. You're not trying to find plot holes. It's a slasher movie. You're just going to have to go along for the ride. And it's got some wild tonal shifts, of course, and either you're going to be along for the ride or you're not. I was along for the ride. And here's a spoiler section. I'll leave a timestamp below, and I wanted to just discuss some of the third act problems, what I didn't really care about. So if you don't want spoilers, just skip to the timestamp below, and yeah, here we go. So it's not exactly Clown in a Cornfield, it is Clowns in a Cornfield. So it's basically most of the adults in town are the clown, and I don't know how to feel about that. I'm on both sides. Like, I didn't expect it, but just seeing someone blow away one clown and you see a bunch of clowns stepping out of a cornfield, it's pretty wild. What the fuck? But with it being like the whole town, it's just a lot of the mystery's gone. I knew where it was heading at that point. And of course, it leads to the burning of the corn factory, which it gets a little bogged down with the details, but Kevin Durand's character, his whole family ran that through generations. And then it turns out that he burned it himself and blamed his kid and got the insurance money. I will just say, not to get too political, I think Kevin Durant casting has to do with him looking like Elon Musk. I can't unsee it, but especially with the character twist and him being a main villain. And then he gets away. Like, I was watching it with my wife, and the movie ended. They didn't bring him up again. He just fucking drove off. And after everything, after the credit star roll, I had to turn to her. I'm like, did I miss something? Did he get away? And they didn't give a shit. And there's 2 other books in this series, so maybe they are leading to a sequel or something. I don't know. It was very strange they didn't even bring him up. Yeah. And the unexpected love triangle thing is that you had the red herring of the dude that walks the main final girl to school. He's watch out for people, and then she starts to fall in with another group of kids. She starts liking that guy. That guy she likes, and the guy that walked it, they had a thing going, and they hook up at the end. So I thought that was funny. I didn't really see that coming. But my final thoughts for Clown in a Cornfield, I would probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. I would say it's worth a rent. I wouldn't go out to the theater to see it. And it's a good, fun slasher movie. It does a really good job of balancing the slasher element and the comedy element. Unlike a previous movie I reviewed just recently, A Hell of a Summer, it really just, the comedy worked, but the slasher element just wasn't up to snuff. It was like an afterthought. This, I think they had a really good balance of both. And like I said, think My Bloody Valentine meets Children of the Corn with a TikTok filter. If that's what you're looking for, if you're a fan of 80s slasher movies, I think you will like it. It's a fun movie, but it's not groundbreaking. But what did you think of Clown in the Cornfield? Let me know down below. Also, do you have any fun slasher movies that you like or any recommendations? Let me know down below as well. Give this video a like. It really helps with the algorithm god. Maybe subscribe if you like more movie reviews. I have a playlist of movie reviews right down below at the top of the description. And I'll see you later. Bye.